Stop 7 of my college basketball tour took us to Sacred Heart University and the William Pitt Center for some midday college basketball action. The Pioneers were taking on Merrimack, and here's a look at some of the trophies from the Pioneers' NEC days. They've moved on to the MAC about 2 years ago now, and here's a look at the lobby inside the Pitt Center. This place was renovated in 2024 for their move up to the new conference, and here's a look inside as you walk in. Previously, all of the seats were bleachers, but now we have backs on the sidelines, very comfortable by the way, and you can't see the other courts past the main court anymore. It's all walled up, so this is pretty awesome. Definitely looks more like a Division I basketball arena than it used to. Those were some of the starting lineups as we get underway, with Merrimack winning the tip. Didn't even look like Sacred Heart tried. Much of the early part of this game was just Merrimack showcasing that they could shoot the three ball. They were red hot out of the gate, up 5-0 at this point, hitting 1-3. They're going to work the ball around and get another open look here to make it 8-0 early on in this one. Merrimack had the three going, but they're not the only team that could shoot the three ball in this game. Sacred Heart leads the MAC in made threes this year at 11 per game, 20th in the country, and there's one right there. They needed a bunch of them to keep them in the game as it went on because Merrimack was shooting lights out early on. But right now we have a 5-point game as we head past the halfway point of the first half. Sacred Heart trying to keep the offense rolling, working it out, passing it around, getting an open look for three, and burying one right there. Merrimack was fouled on a three, and they made 2 of the free throws to take a 6-point lead in the half, as this heave, I think, came late anyway. But here, let's take a look at some of the second half action.
It appears we have some issue with the hoop before we start second half here. Crews are working on it, repairing something with the rim. I guess it's not lined up. So a minor delay to start second half.
We finally got moving, and it was Merrimack off to a hot start in the second half, just like they started the game. Makes their lead 13 points with that layup right there, and they weren't done. But here's the coach getting into it, getting on his guys as Sacred Heart tried to close it up. We got a kid in the huddle, but that didn't stop the profanities for them. The big story in this game for Sacred Heart were the turnovers. They turned it over about 15 times. Merrimack had over 10 steals. And that was the difference for them in this one. Sacred Heart tried to close it in and make it a 9-point game with about 8 minutes left. But as we get down the stretch, under 3 minutes, this layup by Merrimack's going to make it back to double digits. And as the minutes clock down, they're going to hang on to their lead. They're going to win this one by a score of 80-72. Merrimack with a Big Mac road win. Thanks for tuning into this one, guys. See you next time.